Hey, look what I can do! From my balcony, the Donator Tower. Whee! Well, I live in the ground now. Hello everybody, this is the Captain speaking. Welcome back to the High Voltage server once again. Today I'm going to do another look around spawn, because things have been changing. And I'm going to show off a couple more builds that you guys haven't seen me show off on camera just yet. So today's episode is actually a reshoot. I did most of this earlier in the week, but the footage managed to become corrupted, so unfortunately that's not usable. But I'm going to go over most of the things again, and there were a few things I forgot to show off the first time, so I'll go ahead and cover those today as well. So it's kind of a good thing that I get to do a reshoot. So the first thing, if you're playing on the server, you've probably seen this before. This is Light Chase's Donator Tower. And it's getting quite tall. I don't know how many floors it's up to now. If I can remember to, I should link his video in the description so you can hear from Chase himself as to what the tower is all about. But basically, it's just a kind of an apartment complex for people who financially donated to the server. There goes my Skype message. I should probably have signed out, but it's not a big deal. So the first floor is my place, and I've gone ahead and just, put some water and some boats in, because yeah, it's kind of my thing. I've got one on the railing, and it's raining like crazy out just this one window. Just something simple to, acknowledge that I know this is here, and at some point I'll get around to decorating it. Maybe with something more than boats, I'm not sure. But I've got a lot of other projects on the go right now, and I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. So Paper Heart has the second floor reserved for her. She's actually got a bit of a lowered ceiling because her upstairs neighbor, who I believe it's Second Sports. Yes, Sports' man cave. He put in a hot tub. So that kind of lowered her ceiling a little bit, but I don't think she'll mind. But yeah, you can really see what people can do with the decorations. The open glass doors, which are really cool. He's got an actual fish tank, which I'm not even sure how he did that, but it's really cool. And upstairs from here will be Booster. They've connected their floors, Sports, Booster, and then King Swords, who all play together. And I really like what Booster's done with his place. It's probably my favorite floor right now. The awesome couches he's got going on here with the what do you call it there? Nether quartz. There we go. The fridge and the stove and the hood range, and another one of these really awesome pool tables. And his door open. I meant to go back down and shut Second Sports' door. And then King Swords has started similarly. Oh, the sea lanterns for a fridge. That's cool. Looks like he's got a little more decorating to do yet. And then you keep going up. Cave, I don't think he's done anything. And I don't think anybody else will have either. Purdy. I think Purdy's done some things, actually. Nothing more since the last time I was in. I'm going to light this corner up because it's dark enough to spawn things. So she's got a bed set up and some storage. Nothing yet. Again, I haven't seen Purdy on in a while, but I think it's just because we're not on at the same time is all. Cadence hasn't done anything. And I think it's Frats. Well, Frats has done a little bit too. Divvied up his space a bit. That's one thing I'm not sure of how to do, is how to divide up my space. I don't like particularly small cramped interiors, so I may have a little bit of a struggle when it comes to fully decorating my place. Ginger candy, unclaimed, unclaimed, and then, yeah, the top. Okay. So he hasn't got a lot done in the last couple days. He's been working on other things, I take it. So let's take a look from way down here. Aw, somebody's dog is here. So yeah, it's a neat idea. I don't mind the build so much itself. It needs a little more decoration up here, but that's probably pretty easy to do. My only really complaint is the location. It's a hell of a big build to have right in front of Town Hall. I feel like it could have been, you know, put somewhere else around spawn, and it would have been no less effective. Because, I mean, the height of it is it's monolithic. I'm not even sure if that was a shop plot available. If it was probably intended to have a smaller build, something more the size of the block shop, or maybe even something tiny like our little slime shop and accessories. Oh yes, we have new items in stock, in case you're not aware. We've got horse armor saddles and name tags now. Happy Easter. Oh yes, Booster and Sports opened a microbrewery, and they gave everybody brewhouse bugs for Easter presents. Those chests are found all around in the nether hubs, by nether portals, people's bases, and stuff like that. So that's what this is. This is their microbrewery. It's very cool. As is, you know, typical. They've got some awesome interior decoratings done. And this is taking advantage of the brewing mod that Coco's installed on the server end. So what you can actually do is you can brew up your own alcohol. You have to use a cauldron over a fire, and then mix certain ingredients, and then set it in a barrel to age. And they'll give you different effects, similar to potions, but they'll also cause a little bit of discoordination. So your character will stumble around and move in directions you don't intend him to. And things you type in the text will become automatically slurred, which, when I was testing it with Coco, I think he just found hilarious because, of course, I'm such a language freak. So the other thing that I recorded that I lost was making amends to Delta. In my stimulus spending episode, I failed to come into Delta's shop and spend any money. I didn't realize this was a shop, per se. I thought it was kind of an embassy. It's got, to me, an embassy feel, and it's got its own walled-off grounds and really cool, like, zen-like garden area off to the side. And, you know, an awesome little observatory on the roof. So yeah, I didn't realize this was an open shop, so I did buy quite a few things. I think there were 2 healing potions and a stack of 6 iron doors that I bought from him. So Delta, if you're watching, you can check your payments chest. There should be some diamonds in there. And yeah, I love the build itself. I'm not a huge fan of the materials he likes. The acacia wood is... I'm not a fan of the color orange. And sandstone's not my favorite material, but you know, if you like it, I think the granite goes fairly well with the sandstone, if that's your style. It's certainly not mine, but to each his own. He certainly does have skills in design that I agree with, if I don't like his choice of materials. So some of the other things I wanted to show off, and what I forgot to show off, and I feel bad about this because I forgot to shop at his shop, and I haven't shown off Deltberg over here. It's one of the earlier builds on the server. And what he's got going on is really cool. He's got a clock tower that actually semi-works. And by semi, I mean it changes depending on the time of the day. I don't think it tells hours specifically, but it can indicate the time of the day, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna show off, and I love the build itself. This is just so nice. I'm a huge fan of this build. Even before I found out it does the actual keeping of time. The clock face actually changes, which is amazing. All the way to... Whoop! That was a failure. I don't even know how to stairs. And I didn't buy anything at the microbrewery either. That's just me. So yeah, you can see he has pistons in place to move things around, depending. It's all hooked up to a daylight sensor up here. Is it over here? Or is it up higher? It's right there. So yeah, quite a bit of redstone work to make this all work. But it's pretty cool. Of course, the comparator. And he's got everything labeled to make sure that if something goes wrong, he knows what's going on. That's awesome. I had no idea this was up here. So that's really cool. Oh, I just fell down. And yeah, the build itself, the different colored glasses and the layout and just everything about this. I love this clock tower. I'm going to show off his place. Again, this has been here for quite a while. Delta was really active when the server started, at least in terms of gameplay. I know he's helped out Coco a lot with the website design, which is fantastic. He's got himself some nice farms. He's got himself a cool place. And immediately he began building with the new 1.8 blocks. Whoop, sorry. My keyboard does this habit sometimes where the buttons lock in place, so I kept walking forward despite the fact I wasn't holding the button. Oh! That's really cool too, it chimes. So I'll have to actually, I think, record a couple cycles of the clock changing. And I'll speed that up, I think, because it'll be, I don't know, 5, 10, maybe even 20 minutes for a whole day cycle to watch the clock go. But we'll come to that when we do. I don't want to show off too much of what he's got going on underground. So I got a mining setup. Slightly unorthodox storage, but I dig it. I don't know if he was going to go around further or if he needs a rail here. So yeah, no, instantly started with the granite and the diorite for the build, which is cool. Delta, from my impression, certainly doesn't limit himself in terms of the materials he uses. He's one of the few players who will build with a lot of sandstone and who doesn't seem to shy away from this this polished granite. So that's cool. It's always nice to have kind of differing tastes in terms of building materials. Keeps everything from becoming just a little too monotone, I find. That's really cool. He's got all kinds of different trees for his materials. And some anno farms. And over there you can see it's green stained clay build that Frats has been working on. It's based on a Friskelion, I believe, is what he's building. And it's going to be the Team F headquarters eventually. If Team F ever comes back, but it's a really big build. So it'll take a while for him to finish. Frats tends to, I think, sometimes bite off a little more than he can chew. Huge ambition and huge builds, which, when they're finished, turn out amazing, but it's just the process of getting them done. Especially when his teammates aren't on so much, so he's doing all of the building and the resource collection by himself, so that'll slow him down. A few other builds around spawn. I don't know who's built these, but I suspect they're players who joined the server and then, weren't so active, which is unfortunate. So one downside of allowing anybody to build near spawn is more often than not the players who aren't going to be so active build, things like that, and then don't come back to finish them or anything like that. So that's kind of sad. I don't like seeing a lot of unfinished things around. I like having an active, nice server. And Sports has been working on that tower, which is kind of neat. Again, more of the materials like Delta's used. So hopefully that fits in nicely. You can see Delta's clock from here fairly nicely. I can zoom in because I've got Optifine on. So is that 6 o'clock then? That's... okay. So I know how that's going to work. Let's see if I can get back over there before it changes. Alright, so 6 o'clock now. It should turn to, it should be 9 o'clock, shouldn't it? Maybe it only switches to 6 and 12. We'll see. Okay, so it's had an entire day cycle, and it only changed, I think, the once, which is kind of too bad. I think it works a little more reliably in the night as the moon shifts phases. But I'm not going to stand around and watch it anymore, and well, maybe a little while longer. I really hoped I could catch a few more phases. But it's a really cool feature. I didn't know it did that for the longest time. I thought it was just an entirely decorative thing. So amazing work on Delta's part in that. There is one other thing that I showed off that I should do once again, and it's over this way. So, past Ironford and Bridgeport. Past Bridgeport. I really need Depth Strider boots again. Actually, while I'm in Bridgeport, when I showed off this build before, the community warehouse had an incomplete basement, and Sports showed this to me the other day. They've got a finished basement, very, very nicely done, and found a skeleton spawner when they were here, so they've turned that into a little skeleton farm for themselves, which is super convenient. So that's awesome. Apparently it wasn't long after that video came out that Sports got on and did that. So that's cool. I like that I can help motivate people to finish some things. So Conmorial Castle is the next build that Booster and Sporks worked on. It's a pretty cool little build. I know they're looking forward to me showing it off, so here it is. I'll give a quick tour. Really cool moat. Booster was working on this the first time I visited. He bought some TNT off of me to expedite the work. Can I? Oh, soul sand, right. The gate they have here is amazing. It works really well. So the pistons push it down into place, and then the pistons on the other side push it back up, and then the gravel falls back into place. So that's a really cool way to have a working gate. That's brilliant. I hadn't thought of anything like that. That's probably my favorite part of the castle build. So enchanting room and library, which you have to have. Random storage chests. This part's cool too. The secret passage in the books. Very cool. Necessary thing for any castle. Tower entrance. So they've got a tower built over there. I think that's Booster's banner. So I think that's what he did that all himself. I think. Awesome effect with the beacon here and the red glow through the fireplace. Very cool. And very good use of materials. The stone brick and nether brick are a great combo for castles. The occasional andesite and stone slab. Spruce wood goes great on the floors. Of course, the red carpets and the darker wood for the furniture. Very cool. An armory. A treasury. This is a little out in the open, I think, for armory and treasury, but they're using the space they made, so that's cool. Their nether portal. It's only, in terms of like the nether, it's only about, I don't know, 6 blocks down from their other one, but every place needs a portal. It's a little top area. So pretty open concept for a castle, but certainly nothing wrong with that. Sleeping quarters. See, when I first saw it, I thought all these would be guard stations, but I guess they've only got really Booster Sports and King Swords, so not enough people to man all the stations, I guess. I'm gonna quickly tour this part. You can see the redstone wiring. That's unfortunate, but sometimes you can't avoid that. Oh, secret exit to the surface. And an otherwise unfinished area. They can make this into a bunker or treasury or something awesome. And then a secret exit up. I don't like when trapdoors are on the same side as the ladder. I always have difficulty climbing. But that's me, I suspect. Let's take a quick peek in the tower. Same type of materials, it looks like. Oh, got stuck. So pretty simple, basic tower it looks like. But effective. Yeah, very cool. I like these. What do you call them? Columns, maybe? Yes, you call them columns. So that's a really cool build. Don't know what these guys will be working on next. Well, I guess Sports has that one tower over by Deltberg, and Kingsword is house. That was awkward to say. So yeah, I guess that's what he's working on right now, but I suspect there'll be another larger thematic build somewhere close to spawn. That seems to be the kind of thing they're into right now, so that's cool. It certainly makes the area around spawn a little more colorful and interesting. There are a lot of trees here. Back, passing through Dino Land, I want to see if any more work's been done here, and it doesn't really look like it. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he said he was going to be back on to do more work on this, and unfortunately he hasn't been, so that's too bad. Like I said, I don't like seeing so many abandoned half-builds around spawn. But, you know, maybe he's just busy and he'll come back and finish it up all nice one day. This is the first house that Miss Purdy Black built on the server. It's looking pretty cool. And yeah, I'm back at spawn. So I'm going to call it there. It's probably a long enough episode, even with the fast forwarding for Delta's clock tower. Huge shout out to Delta. I feel kind of bad because I kind of ignored his contributions to the server in most of my videos, and he's done some really good things. So huge shout out to Delta. And of course also to Light Chase and Booster and Sports, who I've showed off today. So yeah, that's enough for me for today. I feel like I've said today a lot. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Feel free to comment and let me know if there's anything else on the server I should take a peek at. I know there are a few more amazing builds going up, so I may have to visit those on camera at some point in the near future. In the meantime, have yourselves a great day, take care, and bye.